Hello guys and welcome back to my channel and my bathroom, and if you're not new here, you know that being in my bathroom means I'm doing something to my hair. Today I'm going to go through the full works. I'm doing my roots, I'm changing my colour, and I'm also going to be doing a bit of a cut because look at how long my fringe is currently. Usually my fringe is about here and it goes down, so that needs a major cut. I don't think I've cut this in about a year. Probably about a year, yeah. So that needs a cut and everything just needs changed. Bought myself some more bleach because I ran out of the powder. I have bought myself more peroxide, but I didn't even need more peroxide. And I've got my dye as well. So I'm ready to do everything. It's been a while since I bleached my hair, as you can probably tell. But the state of my roots, it's probably been about 3 to 4 months at this point. And it just needs done, so let's get this sorted. I'm just brushing through the lengths of my hair. I'm not really going to my root because before you bleach, you don't really want to be brushing your hair or like aggravating your scalp. You just want to kind of leave it as it is, otherwise the bleach is going to get into your scalp and it's going to really sting. So top tip of the day. Just a disclaimer as well, I'm not a professional in any way, shape or form. The only qualifications I have are from high school. So if you decide to follow what I'm doing, just know that it's probably not going to go amazing. So I've got my bowl, I've got my tinting brush, I've got my blue powder bleach, and I have got my 20 volume developer, which should be fine for my roots. I used to use 40 volume all the time and I didn't realise that was what was mucking up my hair. Not all the dyeing, just using 40 volume bleach all over my heads for everything, like it was mental. But 20 volume is much better. I don't think I should really, with my hair colour, I don't think I should go any higher than 20, really. This is the tiniest scoop ever, but my other scoop is underneath you, so I can't get that out right now. I'd recommend getting a dust-free powder bleach because I normally do and this stuff ain't, and that's like all in my lungs. And I actually did get gloves this time, so that's great. I don't tend to measure out my bleach because I kind of know the right ratio at this point. I've been bleaching my hair myself for quite a while and it took me a long time to figure it out. So like this is far too thick. Like, that's not good. This is better, like it actually does kind of like drag down as opposed to being a big clump, but I like to do it just a little bit more liquidier. And the thicker the bleach is, like if you make it too thin, I don't think it works as well if you put too much developer in, but also it dries out a lot quicker. So bleach needs to be wet in order for it to work. So if it dries out, it's not going to work. So you could put on this crusty, dried bleach onto your hair and then that's just going to be a waste of time. So this is kind of the consistency that I like it, so that it is still like moving and it kind of like, it's quite silky. It's almost like a thick custard is what I like to go for, but like if I do that it still does kind of run a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to section my hair. I normally start from the root down, but I want to try doing it from the bottom up. I'm not going to be touching any of the colour, I'm just going to be touching my roots, but when I get to my side shave I'm just going to go over all of that because I've got a tiny bit of like pre-bleached hair in there, but like it's going to be impossible for me to miss that out, so I'm just going to coat the full thing. So I'm going to leave that until last, so that way that kind of has like the least time to develop. Plus this side doesn't have to be super light either, and you'll see why later on. But yeah, I'm going to section from the bottom down and try and do it that way. I never normally do this, so I have no idea how well that's going to work. And start the time lapse.
Searching for something that ain't lost. Have we got our lines crossed? We're wasting time on stuff that doesn't really matter, while wishing for something better. I try to fix things that weren't broken, misunderstandings and words unspoken. We fall apart and I won't dare to say, do you feel the same way? Maybe you don't wanna know, but you don't see what you have in front of you. Or maybe I'm not enough for you. So maybe I should go. If I had known from the start, this wouldn't have ended with broken hearts. Cause I don't wanna waste my time. Same way, then don't pretend that everything's okay. Don't string me along the way you do. Just let me get over you. Maybe you don't wanna know, but you don't see what you have in front of you. Or maybe I'm not enough for you. Start. This wouldn't have ended with broken hearts. Cause I don't wanna waste my time. No.
Okay, so the bleach is on everywhere, and it's already looking very, very light, so I'm not going to be keeping this on for that long at all. My roots are actually kind of looking a bit green, which is a bit concerning. I've never used this powder bleach before. I normally use the stuff that you get from Sally's, the Salon Services one. So I'm a bit worried about having green roots, but I should be able to cover it with the dye anyway, so it's not a massive issue if it does happen. I'm not great at sectioning, so this might be painful, that might have been painful for some people to watch. And I know for some sections, like if Brad Mondo ever watched, he would definitely be shouting at me saying, that's too big of a section. But I think I covered it all pretty well. It does look like a bit of a mess. Honestly, from the back, like it looks like I've got green, yellow, purple and blue in there, so that looks really funky. But yeah, I'm probably gonna only leave this on for 15 minutes and then wash it off, because I'm worried about how light it's already getting. Like here is already so light, and I'm mainly just keeping it on to get this bit lighter, because obviously that's the last place I applied it to. But yeah, the back is pretty light and it's just looking a bit green, and I'm worried about that. So I'm gonna leave it for maybe 15-20 minutes, wash it off, and then dry it, and then I'll come back to do the dyeing and stuff after that. So see you in a bit. So I actually hate myself. I thought I was recording doing all of my hair, and I was not. So I'm really annoyed. I don't know how the hell that happened, because I was recording when I started and it didn't work. So I've missed all of this, which I guess it's fine. I'm just putting dye on my head. Just to recap, I used the shade Cerise by Directions. Put on my finger now, fantastic. And I also used the shade Ebony, so Ebony Cerise. I used Cerise to try and it's a bit more like purpley than it is just straight up pink. So I wanted to try and even out all the pink and blue tones that I had on my hair. Ebony I thought was a black dye. It's not, it's dark brown. So I put on dark brown dye because it's better than nothing, and I'm hoping it turns out okay. But yeah, surprise, I'm doing split hair, which would have been made apparent if I'd actually filmed all of that beforehand, which I'm so pissed off about. So yeah, I will be buying black dye to actually do this side, semi-permanent black dye, so that is not brown. I'm just annoyed. I don't know how, because I definitely pressed the button and I didn't do anything else. The camera didn't die, and I don't know, so it's just been sat there on for the last hour, I'd say, doing my hair like this, which I'm just so peeved about. But yeah, I'm going to be leaving this on for a couple of hours, and then I'm going to be actually cutting my hair today as well, so I'll be back later on tonight to show you how I'm going to cut my hair, if I actually do end up recording that. But this is what it looks like from the back as well. It's just like a straight up split. I'm going to be keeping my side part, so I'm still going to have it brushed over, but I'm going to try and cut in some layers, make it look quite cool that way, I'm hoping. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going to leave this on for a few hours and come back to it later on, and hopefully actually film me cutting it this time. Okay, so this is my hair washed out, mainly dried. I've left it slightly damp because I'm going to be cutting it, and it's sometimes just a bit easier for that. The brown black shade actually does look very black, but the only thing is that you won't be able to see it on camera, but right by my roots at the very, very top, in some areas it looks kind of pink or red. When I wash the colour out as well, Like, I had so many different colours come out. I had pink, blue, purple, reds, like a kind of muddy brown, which would be expected. I don't know where the hell the blue came from. I don't know. But yeah, this actually looks quite nice, and I'm happy with it, but it's not to the point where I'm like, yeah, I love it yet, if you know what I mean. So that's why I'm going to cut it. But my side shave is like almost fully like disguised with this dark hair. If I tuck it behind my ear, like it just looks like I've tucked my normal hair behind my ear. So I quite like that for like disguising my side shave a bit more, because it's really hard to tell that I've got it now. Which is a plus because obviously I'm trying to grow it out. And this is like the pink on the other side. Like, it's such a beautiful colour, and I think I might actually need to go for this colour from now on instead of flamingo pink, because this is so much more like deep but bright. And obviously I've still got like my purplish bits down the bottom from where I had the blue underneath, but that's to be expected. Should I just do this with my hair? Should I just do that instead? That looks so sick. No, I don't like having my part that side. So I'm going to be cutting it. Obviously this black hides most of this pink, but pretty much all of this I'm planning on cutting away, adding in a few layers. I'm going to add, like, cut my fringe back in, because this is just ridiculous at this point. But yeah, so I'm planning on doing that. I've done it before. I'm not, as again I've said, like, I'm not a professional, so this isn't going to be like perfect, but it'll be okay, I hope. I just love this colour, so I'm so glad that I decided to try this one, because it's stunning. I love it. So yeah, let's get on with the hair cutting, shall we?
Hold up just a minute. Been looking for some help just to find myself. Yeah. Been losing my focus like 1,000 times before. Can't take this anymore. 'Cause I've been looking for something to change thoughts into motion. Been waiting way too long. Yeah, waiting just for somebody to love and to surround me and to handle my emotions. I was out waiting for something, and if I close my eyes, it's all been a waste of time. I was out driving every mile, and now if I rewind, it's all been a waste of time. It's all been a waste of time. How could somebody be with someone else if you can't be by yourself? Yeah. I got my problems. Lately I've been fading out, holding out, waiting just for somebody to love and to surround me and to handle my emotion. I was out waiting for something, and if I close my eyes, it's all been a waste of time. I was out driving every mile, and now if I rewind, it's all been a waste of time. It's all been a waste of time. Waste of time. Waste of time. Waste of time. I was out waiting for something, and if I close my eyes.
Okay, so I think I'm at a point where I'm happy with what I've done. So I've essentially made my fringe a lot shorter. Now some people are probably like cringing looking at how I've cut this, like depending on how it sits and things like that. Like this little bit always sticks out, but that's because I tuck my hair behind my ears a lot. So when I do that, it curves the hair, which is why it does that. So no matter how I cut it, it's still going to do that unless I cut it shorter than my ears, which I'm not really prepared to do. So yeah, I basically cut in some really short layers to try and fade out the black. and I've faded that into the pink a little bit as well. Basically giving myself like a 2012 emo scene cut, but I'm not mad at it because I've done this before with the exact same hairstyle. It's obviously a hairstyle that I like. So this is actually usually how my hair is. I haven't gone to a hairdresser's in 12 years, I think. No, I must have been about 14, so maybe 9 years I haven't been to a hairdresser's, and I've done my hair since, or my mum's done it, but especially for the last 6 years I've cut my own hair, I've cut my own fringe all the time. So I kind of know what I like, and it's not everyone's cup of tea, but that's fine. Like, I might not like your hairstyle, that's alright. But this is kind of how I like it. When I don't have my side shave, typically my part is a little bit further over, so I normally have a bit more of a fringe here. But I quite like this. I don't mind it. And at the end of the day, it's easy just to like brush that over. I put my hair up just to see what it would look like with my hair up as well, because sometimes if I'm bored, I put my hair up, or if my hair's greasy and I need to go out, I put my hair up. So I always make sure it looks okay when it's up, as opposed to like when it's down as well, because like this is how I normally have it. But just because last time I cut my hair, I really badly mucked it up. I essentially did the two like pigtail plait thing. I really basically I had my hair like this, so this is quite bad, but I used permanent black dyes, and I didn't strip out the dye before I tried bleaching it. So because my hair was already bleached underneath it, it really compromised my hair when I tried bleaching the black out of it, and essentially this full side of my head was completely fried. Like my hair was kind of down to like here at that point, and that I had to cut it all off to here. So I lost about like that much of hair, and then later on I shaved my head off anyway, so that was a bit stupid because I could have just done that and minimised the damage, but oh well. So yeah, last time I did this, I cut my hair when I went fully pink after that, and I did the full thing where like you put it in plaits on either side and you cut it from there. But because I had damage in different places on one side, I tried making it so it was layered. So I did 4 plaits and cut them ever so slightly at a different height. But when I undid the plaits, I had some hair here and some hair like here, and I couldn't blend it in no matter what I tried. So it was really bad. And since then I haven't cut my hair, and that was a year ago. So this is the first time I've cut my hair fully, apart from a bit of length off, like to even all the dodgy cut out. But yeah, I like it. This is how it is. I am going to do a check-in tomorrow, just to show you like my hair in natural lighting and things like that, and plus I want to see this brown / black in natural lighting too, because I can see pink or red coming through my roots, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So if it looks okay in the natural light, then I'm not going to bother buying the black dye, I'm just going to leave it as is. But if it doesn't look okay in natural light, and then I'm going to buy the black dye. But yeah, so this is my pink side. Oh, that looks funky. Oh, hello, hang on. No, that looks terrible. Or what if I did like, no, that looks terrible. And then here's how I would normally style it. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, just to show you what it actually looks like in natural lighting. And I'll decide if I like it or not, because I'm not quite sure right now. Okay, so I'm filming on my phone, so if you've been here before, you know it's going to be bad quality, or like, not bad, but like, not great. It's also a couple of days later. I just really haven't had the time to sit down and film, but I think it's kind of a good thing, because it means like I've kind of had it on my head, I've kind of decided how I feel about it and things like that. But yeah, this is the colour. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but like, first of all, my scalp is like stained blue. So are my nails as well. Like, I need to repaint them, but they're just, I'm getting stained everywhere. I fell asleep, well, every time I go to sleep now, I wake up with like blue hands. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, but like, my palm is quite blue. I woke up the other morning and this full part of my hand was blue. I had a nap and this full part was blue, which is weird, because when like my scalp is looking blue, but then my roots itself, like in direct sunlight and things like that, they look pink or like red, and I'm like, how could it look blue and red and stain me blue? My pillow is blue. Like, I haven't stained my pillow in I don't even know how long. So this is really like, this dye in particular is very much stainy and not that great. My hair's also greasy, it's been a couple of days. The pink though I actually really like. It does stain a little bit, but not nearly as much, but it looks really nice. I'm really happy with the pink. And this is kind of like just my hair in general with the cut and things. But yeah, I do like it. It's just not, I don't know, it's not my favourite. I mean, I've had this haircut before, this hairstyle before and things like that, and I liked it then, but I don't know if it's just the brownie black that I'm not liking. I think if I actually get it to like an actual jet black, that'll look a lot nicer. So I am going to be getting black dye, but I'm going to wait for this to fade out a little bit first. But I just don't see myself keeping this for that long. So I reckon I'll probably buy more black dye, or actual black dye, and then maybe use that up and then fade out the black and then put some sort of colour on top of it. I mean, you can kind of see here that it's kind of brown and it looks slightly reddish. I think you can see that anyway. But that's weird though, because I mean, my hair had no like pink over here at all, especially at my roots, where you'd kind of think, oh right, well they were pretty much yellow. The fact that they've come out quite red, I don't really understand it. So I'm not going to be using that dye again unless I kind of want this, but even then it does stain so much. Like my nails are just, I've been waiting to paint them until I filmed this, because I don't want to like be like, oh yeah, my nails are completely stained, and then you can't even see them. So I'm going to be painting them today now that I filmed this. My thumbnail also broke, which is sad. I'm undecided how much I like it. I think it's nice. It's just, I don't know if it's just something that I'm going to be keeping for a long time. I like this pink though, so I'm going to be using this. This does stain a bit more than like what my usual pink does, but I can deal with that. And I think the purple has pretty much evened itself out quite a bit as well. There's still a bit of a difference, but I mean, you can't see that because of the black, so that's all right. But yeah, that was my complete hair transformation. I can't keep my hair the same for too long. I really cannot. But I'm kind of happy with how it came out. It's not my favourite, as I said, but I don't regret it. I'm going to keep doing mental things to my hair. I don't have a comment shout out for today, so I'm going to do a subscriber shout out, which is to Zara. If you'd like to be shouted out on my channel, all you need to do is be the first person to comment on a video. So if you notice that this video in particular hasn't got any comments yet, go ahead and leave a comment and you'll be in my next video as a shout out. Or my last video where I tested out the Nikkie Tutorials X Beauty Bay palette, that still hasn't got any comments yet as far as I know. So if you want to go ahead and comment on that as well, if you haven't seen it, go give it a watch. But yeah, in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe. Oh, I haven't given you a comment yet. What should you comment? Do you like this hair? Just let me know that today. Do you like this hair, the style, the colours, things like that? And also leave me recommendations for black hair dye, because semi-permanent black hair dye, I'm not doing any permanent colours. Leave me that. But yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.